Hello everybody, and how you doing today? It is I, your redstone wizard, sitting here in the middle of the sky above the beautiful Grace. Crazy amount of progress has been done since you guys last were here. We're going to go ahead and take a quick walk around, take a look at some of the beautiful things going on inside here. But I have gone ahead and laid out a crazy amount of blocks. And remember guys, this is legitimate SMP. Survival Minecraft. Gotta love it. Had to mine these stones out with my pickaxes. I got one of them on me now. Oh, he's almost dead. Just, you can't even, it's ridiculous. Alright, you don't even know. I've gone through like 5 pickaxes on that craziness. Anywho, we'll take a look at the big dig later. For now, let's talk about the beautiful People's Palace and how it is coming along. So, as we take a peek on down in here, it is all built up on the walls. Now I do still have crenellation to do along the outer bits and making sure that it flows with the rest of the design there. But we do also have, like the first layer of dirt for the Garden of Life, which is laid there. Now that is going to actually step up so that in the very center you do have, more of above view of the entire castle. So if you were standing in the center of the Garden of Life, you would see out around you. Now, of course, let's go ahead and take a quick fly. And we can see that it is completely done up. And 100%, all the walls are done. Now, we do have a couple of areas that are unique. Whoa! Keep flying, or you're gonna die. Down in here, we have not yet completed any of the additional work, but... oh, I missed. Oh! I missed. Pull it up. Why? Oh, I felt that. You see that? I felt that. Ouchie. Alright, so when we come on up in here, we see the actual castle itself on the inside. Now, I have started laying in some of the floors, and you can see that there. Let me get us in a better spot where we can see kind of just the layering between the floors. Right here, you get a good kind of idea of how much spacing you're looking at between the floors. I've actually finished the floor up that way. But, you get a good amount of spacing through the floors, and I am currently working on staircases. Currently am. Work in progress. So we have this area right here where there are actually 4 of these spaces in each spot that does not go very large, and it allows us to do a staircase upward to the 2nd floor. Now, additional thinking here is that in addition to this space, we may also take these spaces over here in order to be able to staircase up. So, for instance, when you look over here, you'll actually see that this floor will be a staircase that leads down to this point. And over here will be a staircase that leads upward to this 2nd floor. That would actually repeat itself over and over again. So it will actually end up on the 2nd floor on this side. And on the 2nd floor on this side, you will decide whether or not you wish to go, downward toward the 1st floor, or, if you were to come over here, you would just come up from the side here. so it's gonna be interesting. I'm not sure how exactly, because you don't need to have it come down here. You can just, I suppose you can just go up here, and then you would end up then going up again to the next floor. Oof, yeah. So we'll see how that comes together. I'm still working out how to get the staircases in this section because I do feel it's important. Now, if you guys have not actually seen what a grace looks like in terms of the actual outside structure of a grace, I definitely recommend the Terry Goodkind Sword of Truth series. It's just absolutely fantastic. But here is a pretty good drawing of the grace itself, and this is the design of the castle. Pretty nifty. Now, it was built at 150 radius around the outside, and then it had to come in some pretty natural ways based on the structure. So since we're on the bottom floor, we can take a look at the outermost ring here, which, as you see, has a stone ceiling here, but as you look out, wood. But this outermost ring, stone, and that's because this ceiling allows us to have a second floor here, but because of the height in this area, which can only be seen from the outside, that allows it to be only one high. Boy, wonderfully descriptive. But yeah, let's go outside real quick, and I think it's easier to see from the outside. But again, real quick before we go out, we have this bottom level here, and then we'll see kind of how the level divides. But there's a second level here, third level, and then on top there is the fourth level. So quick hop to the nether. I say quick hop to the nether, but sometimes the nether is deadly, even in another tunnel. Zombies and creepers and all kinds of nonsense pulling through. Whoop. Alright, so again, we're up to the flight tower here, just so that I can fly us on out to the outside edge, so we can take a walk around. You can see here how it kind of structures upwards, but we'll talk a little bit about more on that structure. And of course, lighting is going to be an essential part. One of the things that I do enjoy is that due to the fact that we have stone, we can actually set netherrack on fire on part of our decoration, so it'll kind of be like it's on fire. But here's a pretty good point to look at it from. So down here, this is actually the entirety of the first level. Boom, that's it. That's the entirety of it. And then that first level obviously continues throughout the entire palace, just throughout it, but at this height right here. And then, as you see here, we've got about double this height right here. And believe it or not, it's actually just a little bit more than double this height. But we do cut it at this level inside. And this we're going to be calling kind of like the common folk area, the peasantry if one must. But at the same time, we'll talk a little bit later about how this level is also going to house the barracks and the stables and other things of that nature. Now, this level right here is the area where you saw the stairs. We've got 4 of these points where we just go upward like this. You'll see this beautiful structure here. That up there, that's the tower I jumped from, or the portal I jumped from. We have these staircases that go up to the side here, and that inspires me, but I don't know. Sorry about the dog there, guys. If I made more money, I could probably get, better recording software, maybe a computer to work on. But until then, this is what I got, so this is what I shall do. Now, we do have the second layer here, which starts up in this second layer. So as we come up to here, so now we're going to have 2 floors within this space. And hello, Spidey. Don't hurt me that much, Spidey, please. Get out of here. Die, Spidey. Ooh. I don't like the Spidey. Yeah, lighting up here only needs to be a priority when you're showcasing videos, so I wish I could set it today, but guys, this is a survival server. I need to sleep in a bed, I don't have one. So, as you take a look here, we've got the beautiful structure that towers upwards, and because of the great height difference between these two, and the way like this goes up more gradually than these slope up, you actually do encounter an extra level right here is what we've created. So here we're sitting atop the ceiling on level 2, and then so in this 2, when we get to this point, we reach our 4th level up here. Alright, and there's not going to be nearly as much area as you get in here, because, oh, creepy creeper, gotta do your creeping. Well, I'm a sniper with my bow. Alright, so as we go ahead and take a look down here, we'll see that there's actually a significant amount of spacing. Now, when you're looking at this from the outside, you don't want to see any ugly things sticking out. But, on layer 2, this area has quite a large amount of space. And you can get away with a little bit in here on layer 3 if you're talking a small build. Just small something, right? But you're gonna have to factor in how people live. What do they eat? Where do they eat? What do they do for boom boom, as one might put it? But as you go ahead and take a look, we've got the area for the second floor here, and then this right up here allows for a nice area to transition a 3rd floor into. This right here is kind of the ceiling for the 3rd floor, and then as we go further down, up here, we have the ceiling for the 4th floor. Okay, now inside we see here this layer right here. This layer is actually the floor of the 4th floor. So you see there's actually a large kind of grandiose amount of space within here. Now this area all within here on the 4th floor is going to be the Garden of Life. And starting from around here, we're going to start doming upwards with the glass. The intent is to go upwards about another, I'd say, 25 blocks or so. In the very, very center, we're talking 25 blocks upwards to allow for the rise of this itself to go up that high. So when you look out from the very center, there's going to be a circle about probably 15 to 20 in the center. Oh, I'm going to fly now so I don't die. Ooh. Zombie. Jeesh. Oh, missed it. Missed it hard. Alright. Can I pearl it? Can I pearl it? Oh, look at that. Pro-pearled. Alright, so this level up here allows us to kind of see. We're gonna slope up. Now, I haven't actually counted how far up this is, but the intent is to get 5 blocks above the whole castle itself, which is not amazingly far above, but it is going to allow you to have some space. And of course there's going to be trees and all kinds of other things. I do want this to be more of a gentle slope up, and there's going to have to be decorative pathways, and you know, this redstone wizard is trying to go decorative, but I think I'm gonna need to do some redstone here in a very short span of time. Now they got the walls up and things like that. I'm gonna pick a space within this area where I'm going to call it Master Rawls. As we saw from the outside, you know, there's not a whole lot of space on the royal level, and that may make me have some second thoughts on design. You know, I've placed so much stone already, so I can't do much there, but I'm talking like that's why I'm laying this out now, because I may actually have the royal level kind of come in a little bit more so that I can build more. There is some space, but not much at all, and that causes me some worry, because most of it is going to be like in this section right here, and it's gonna have this, which ends it, and not much area at all to work with. So we may have the third floor contain some sleeping quarters and things of that nature, whereas this is, you know, the area where the Garden of Life is, so it's the most heavily fortified. As you see, I have not planted much of the 4th floor yet. Still in the planning phase, so I'm not entirely sure how this is going to fully come out. Now I have put a little bit more into some of the other areas. See if I can drop down here. Yeah, I can pearl to that one. And that's how you pearl. So this is kind of the 3rd floor here. I do actually have a little bit more done in here, and you see that's actually not that's not too bad how much we cut off with that. You get a lot of spacing up here. Now I did cut a little bit more down this way. I'm trying to think of ways to create like staircases upwards, but the problem is this is the 2nd floor, and I don't know if I can create a path all the way down to the 1st floor from here, though I'm thinking about it. And then we've got this spacing here which is still, this is the second floor. I've done quite a bit more work on the second floor than the third or the fourth. So let's hop on down there. This has a lot more spacing, just a lot more in general spacing, and there's a lot more because of the spacing. See, looking up at the third floor there, because of more spacing and ability to roll around. I was previously thinking about this maybe as the middle class, but I think that this is going to be more of like the business and life-centered area. Thinking of this third floor up here is kind of like the royalty and upper middle class living quarters, with the fourth floor being for most of the Garden of Life, and then right here we're looking at the second floor, the business area, and the first floor for the peasantry and commoners, as well as the military and things of that nature. So, plans are still coming together, still ideas are forming as it comes together. Realism, I want to call it, is sinking in as to what we can really do with the spacing, but we're definitely getting there. Things are starting to come out. I can imagine that more in this center area, where I was previously thinking before we wouldn't have a whole lot, we may dig inside of here more for peasantry areas and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go through here now and mark out a little bit of kind of like some of where we want these areas to go, and I'll be back with you guys in just a short while.